So basically what this lesson is going to be, guys, it's going to be, again, chord alternatives, which sound a lot more unique and sound a lot more cooler. Also, this time, they're a lot easier than the actual chords themselves. I know it was the same case last time, but this time, once you learn these chords, you will find it really surprising. You'll be shocked at how easy it is to transition and how beautiful it's going to sound. So without further ado, let me show you what we've got coming up in the demo section. This was actually the last post that I did on Instagram and YouTube on Shorts and Reels. So you might remember this, but just for the people who haven't heard it yet. Ready? And then you can keep going like that. But you see how beautiful that sounds? If I do it a little bit slower. Still sounds beautiful, but when it's put into speed, I can't tell you how much I love this. Because you don't actually move the different positions, like you're just moving up and down, and that's it. You only really move one finger this whole time. It's pretty much like the same thing I taught you in the last video with the other chords, but this is just beautiful, so let's get into it. Right, so before we do actually chord number one, which is alternative of C major, I wanted to actually show you what alternatives these are, because I just played them for you straight away and you had no clue. But the original chord progression with the original chords would be C major, D major, and then B minor, E minor. But we turned it into C variation, D variation, B minor variation, and then, sorry. There you go, E variation there. So, and they all really utilize this open third string here, this G string here, which is what we're going to talk about in a second. But let's get started on the first chord. So, original chord, C major, alternative chord. You still got the bass note of the C here with your first finger. We'll get the diagram here as well. And then you got your ring finger here on the G, which is actually in the C chord as well. But then, see, you get two of them, so you get that contrast in texture when you play it. So it's, you see, they sound different even though they're the same thing. It's not because they're out of tune, don't go off at me for that. It's because they're in different, so they sound, the texture is different, so you kind of get a different feeling from them, which is really beautiful, especially when the sound is, when it's the same note and you get the different textures. Same thing with any other one, like you can, this string was a little bit out of tune, I'll admit. But you got, so, index finger on the C, ring finger here on the fifth fret of the fourth string, which is a G, open third string, and then you got this pinky here on this note, which is an E. Again, double up here. I mean, you're not going to be playing that last note anyway, but still, just to let you know. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're going from fifth string down to second string here. So you're skipping the first string and the bottom and top strings. Onto the second chord, I ended up actually retuning my guitar because I found out that this middle string, it sounds a lot better now, but before it was kind of out of tune. So when I did there, that sounds a lot better now. It was a little bit out of tune, so I kind of sounded a little bit off there. But second chord, original chord would be D major. Now let's listen to this beautiful variation. So you had your C variation here, and then don't do anything. Move it down one fret and then another fret, you have the new chord. How cool is that? That's why I love this so much, because you go and then just move it down 2 frets. That's it. You don't even need to do anything. So don't even think about where what should be or anything. Just grab this same shape from the last part. If you haven't watched it, go watch it and learn it. And then bam, 2 frets down, you get the D variation. Still strum, still plucking the same strings as before. Nothing has changed, just the position. How cool. Third chord here is a B minor variation. That's our original B minor chord. This is our variation. Now all you've got to do here, so if we're assuming that you're going from here, so you had your second chord, the D variation, from the last section. And then all you do, move this shape up to the second fret. So that would be from 5th fret to 2nd fret. You're moving up 1, 2, 3 frets. And then you take off your pinky, keep the rest of the fingers there, get this middle finger, can't really see it that well, but you put it on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, which is a D, by the way. And you keep these two where they were, 2nd fret of the 5th string, and this one here, the ring finger, is on the 4th fret of the 4th string. And then again, you're going from 5th string to 2nd string, so you're avoiding playing the top and the bottom strings, so you get. And that is a minor chord, which means it sounds quite melancholy. That's how I always like to teach major and minor chords to students. So we say major sounds happy, and then minor sounds sad. You can see the difference there in the tone, even if you don't think about the theory. But this kind of minor / sad chord here creates a really good balance between the other chords, which are quite happy. See, it kind of shows you the other side, which makes it really nice and beautiful when you're playing it. So that's your B minor variation chord there. Final chord is really, really easy because you get back into this shape of this B minor here. And all you do, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 frets down. So you end up on the 7th fret. Same shape, same strings. It's like the other one with the C and the D, but this time with the B minor and then, sorry, this one, E minor there. So you get, there you go, really easy. Just go from here. You probably saw that in the demo when I was playing a lot quicker. It's really easy to go. And that slide, sorry, that's beautiful. That's what I love about this progression. You can go slide, slide down. I keep getting the wrong fret because it's hard to see from here. But you go from 2nd to 7th, so moving 5 frets down. It's really easy to slide it so that those bass notes become really dominant, which is what's really great about this progression. Onto the right hand part, it's the same for all 4 chords here. So I'll teach you using the C version as a demo, so it sounds nice and it's not open strings. But we are starting with thumb, and then index, middle finger, ring finger. So the first section is just pretty much one after the other. And then, so this is, so after that, after you play your ring finger, you got middle finger, you come back up, and then you play your index finger. So you got thumb, ring, middle, sorry, one more time. Thumb, index, middle, ring, middle, index, and then thumb, index. So basically all it is just going downwards and then upwards, and then you just repeat the thumb and the index. So you go. That's all it is. Going downwards, middle, ring, and then you come back up, and then you go thumb, index. All it is. And you repeat that pattern twice for each chord. So if I was to do this for one chord, it would be. Could do it once as well, it doesn't really matter. I just prefer to do it twice because when you're playing this fast, but then if you do it once, it would be. So either way, it sounds nice. I actually think I did it once in the demo. I'm not quite sure, but it doesn't really matter. It's just a difference of how long the whole thing's going to last based on how many times you play each one. But the pattern is the same for each one. So I've decided that so this is the slow demo now, and then we'll do the faster demo so you can play along with both of them. I decided for this section we're just going to do each chord once, so, and then we'll change it. And then once we get to here, we'll go back, so you get that skill of going back here. And then once we finish, we'll just go, so we'll finish here. Just roll it nice like that. Ready? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and next chord, and then going back, nice and simple like that. And one thing to take note of from this section is that I really brought out the bass notes. And that is also because I have a quite long thumbnail. But if that's not something that you have, really try to bring out the bass. It just happens naturally for me, which is actually a good thing. So recommendation 1, grow your nails out and grow. And I'll teach you in a later video how to shape them and style them. But you can find heaps of videos all over YouTube about that anyway. But then, even if you don't have nails, try to really bring out the bass. But be careful, without nails, you might get a bit of that or like a bad sound. So be gentle, which is why nails are really good for this. Or if you're using a pick, it's a different story. But I don't recommend using a pick for this anyway, because you're better off using your fingers. Let's now speed things up to the normal speed, which I played it in the demo. So around like that speed. And again, same structure. We're going to do once each chord with that little pattern, and then we're going to finish this chord. And this is you've seen me a few times in this video play the wrong fret, like play the 8th one instead of the 7th one. That's because I don't have any dots or any indications on this classical guitar. But if you have a guitar and you don't have the indications, I really recommend you either get them on the actual fretboard or just get little stickers or whiteout. That's what I used to do with my other guitars, and put them on the 3rd fret, 5th fret, 7th fret, and then 9th and so on like that. All right, let's do it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That was quite really fast, and it happened really quickly because obviously you're playing this twice, and at that speed it ends quite quickly. So if you were to actually play this in a performance, like definitely stretch it out a little bit more. So, play it 3-4 times over and over and then finish like that. But just for the sake of the demo, I wanted to do it twice with you. Right, guys, there we have it for today's video. I mean, I'm holding my phone now, but it was on a stand before, so you can see the rest of the room here as well. But that's today's video on the new alternative chords with we had the C, we had the D major, we had the B minor, and finally we had the E minor. Quite similar to the last video, but I know you guys enjoyed it, so I thought, why not give you another one and see how you go with it. Let me know how you like this video, what else you want to learn, and keep practicing. Thank you, love you, bye.